Hey, everybody, it's another episode of Bill and Tony's Excellent Adventure. That is Bill Althouse. I'm Tony Stevens, thus the Bill and Tony. Hope you all had a wonderful Christmas. We got a fun show for you today. Also, before we get started, I want to remind you that you can get all of our full podcast episodes on YouTube and Spotify and Patreon. Always connect with us on socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and we always appreciate when you guys comment, especially like and subscribe. Got a good show today. Did you get something for Christmas that you want to share with?
Just the usual lump of coal.
Really? What?
We don't.
Ho to you.
We wanted to do something special for somebody very, very special, especially in my life.
Yeah.
And that's my big Christmas gift is making Christmas special for someone else.
And that's what we did. You know, this is, I think, the first year that Jerry and I did not buy each other anything for Christmas. But I told her, go out and get what you want. I'll get, you know, a couple pairs of underwear or whatever. You know, it's this stuff.
I did get some socks.
Oh, man.
And I needed them.
Good. Yeah, really. I mean, those funky-ass things you've been wearing for 2 years.
I know, man.
All right, let's start with the hot topics of the week, and there's nothing hotter than the stadium that's going to be built in Wyandotte County. So the Chiefs are moving from Kansas City to Kansas City. They're moving from I-70 and 435 to I-70 and 435.
I know,
and I swear to God, there is – you think they were moving to Berlin.
I know. Yeah, and
what do I mean? Seriously, do you care, or are you pissed, or are you on a side on this deal?
Well, here's the deal: if I was in my 40s and was still a sports writer, you know, I retired in January.
Yeah,
I'd like, wow, that's going to be a drive to everybody that supported that stadium for all the years that it was part of the Truman Sports Complex. But Tony, we've had so many private conversations. It all dates back to that 2024 sales tax ballot initiative that the voters rejected, and they rejected it because it didn't make sense.
Well, it was a stupid.
And it was a mix and mash of the Royals and the Chiefs, and it was a joke.
And then were you part of – did you receive the survey from the Chiefs? I'm going to say 6, 7, 8 months ago. They sent out a random survey to Jackson County taxpayers and probably people that have somehow they know that you've been to Arrowhead in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got it. Mm-hmm. And it had nothing to do with building a new stadium. It was all about renovations. Hey, would you like – velvet on the floor walking into the turlet. Yeah. You know, it was all kinds of shit like that. It was like, I don't give a damn, but it was all about remodeling. Yeah. I mean, it made no sense. I mean, why would you send out to taxpayers all this stuff about remodeling? You're basically gearing everybody over here to take their eye off the ball. You think they weren't going to remodel it? They just spent $500 million remodeling it, 15 years ago?
Yes.
No, but they weren't going to do that again.
Oh, it's just...
I think that this is just me, but I think this thing has been a done deal for a long time.
I agree. I don't have any proof.
I don't either, but
I feel like absolutely that it was a wink, wink, nod, nod between the Chiefs and Kansas that it was going to happen. I called a couple of guys, and these were private conversations.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say who I talked to, former players. And, they're not mad, but they're just so disappointed because of the history of Arrowhead Stadium. And, I traveled with the team in the 80s, where 4 wins was a great season. Then they draft this kid from Texas, and everything changes.
Yeah. But, Bill, it could change at the drop of a dime because it just did.
Well, and they're there in 6 years. 2031, the new stadium opens up. That'll be Mahomes' 14th year in the league.
They got 5 years left to play at Arrowhead.
And
I'm telling you, in 3 years, that thing's going to be held together by sticks and dog turds.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
You really think they're going to?
No, they're not going to do. Well, why would you do a thing to it? It's I don't know,
but that they're going to have probably something that will be comparable to Jerry's World.
Well, I think so.
I mean,
down
this
in
is going to be
Dallas.
the best, shiniest thing in the world. But I don't think any one of the three of us sitting in this room are going to be able to afford tickets for that thing.
Now,
I can't go now.
I talked to a friend of mine who has season tickets, and she has heard rumors that, when you got your season tickets at NASCAR, you had to buy your seat initially.
Oh,
and it was
you're
like,
talking about the PSL?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And she said because they got tickets, and she said it was like $5,000, $8,000.
I've heard that these will be $25,000.
See, and that's what she had heard. And she asked me if I knew.
That?
I don't.
I mean, that's going to be, I don't know. The Chiefs will do a wonderful job of selling corporate America.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's their prerogative. They got to make their money.
Well, they'll make their money on their suites.
And it's just like, they're good. They want to get their Super Bowl, which, I don't know. I think they'll probably get two.
I think
in the next 20 years.
I think that they'll get Final Fours.
They'll get Final Fours.
I think they'll
does
get
the
maybe
average fan go to that and afford that?
My barber went to the first Super Bowl, and he gave me his ticket stub and a program, and his ticket, $17.
Yeah.
Today, I can't afford to take my entire family to a game.
You're talking about $1,000.
Yeah, you really are. It's crazy.
So it'll be shiny. It'll be new. It'll be $3 billion, whatever it's going to be. Also, the Chiefs' headquarters and training facilities are going to Johnson County.
Yes,
they're not Wyandotte County. They're going to Johnson County. They're going to build those in Olathe.
Yes. Which is so weird. I mean, they had such a perfect setup with the training facility. And, I don't know. I mean, I haven't been to another team's training facility, and I remember when the Chiefs built this one. I mean, it's 50 yards.
Yeah.
The ceiling is high enough they can punt, and it doesn't affect anything.
Uh-huh.
And now, I mean, they're going to be going two different places, which, the money they make, that's not going to be any issue. But
But that Star Bond.
Yes.
The use area of the Star Bond usually just includes. See, if this is the stadium, it includes the surrounding.
Right.
It not here.
Right.
Have you seen what it is? It covers Leawood, Olathe.
Yes.
So really, they'll get their money. I'll say
definitely.
That much.
Well, it's going to be a dome stadium, and I hope that it can retract.
We'll see.
Because I used to go to state championship football games, high school games in St. Louis in the Dome. You talk about a sterile environment. I just don't like that at all.
I just think they'll do it right for that kind of money. They'll do it right.
And it's going to be 65,000 seats.
Yeah.
And
10 less than what we have now.
Yeah, I did a lot of research on this for the program, and God, the people in Kansas just have to be doing backflips, because if it's out there by the NASCAR, there's a lot of land out there, and they're saying. I haven't seen anything in writing, but they say there's going to be enough land where you can tailgate. And you talk to the fans, that's huge to still be able to tailgate.
They will. So all I heard from Roger Goodell, and I'll read you a quote.
Okay.
This is a great day for Kansas City Chiefs fans. End of
fans.
That's it.
Andy talked about how thrilled he is with it. And if you're a member of the organization, if you're a player, this is going to be the Taj Mahal of the NFL, and I understand that. But I'm a traditionalist. My gosh, I'll never forget that first Bills game on Monday Night Football after they hadn't been on for 10 years. My wife went with a friend of ours, and I went over to see him. It was in the upper deck, and I'm not kidding you, it was shaking. I mean, you could feel the electricity. It was amazing. And then I was at the game where Elway called timeout after timeout. It's too noisy. And so, they say, okay, fans, next time it's going to be a penalty, and it just got louder. Well, Bill Moss talked about it when he was on the show. So I hope those traditions aren't lost. But, it's going to be a $3 billion domed stadium. $1 billion is going to be invested in entertainment, sports, dining, shopping, office, hotel, and residential properties around the stadium. They say that it's going to make a $1 billion economic impact on Wyandotte County. 60% is going to be funded by the state of Kansas. 40% will be funded by the Chiefs. And, it's going to be interesting. I may go to a game just to see it. But, that's a good way for the Chiefs ship to just ride off into the sunset for me. I'll be 76, and I'm not going to be covering anything on a regular basis.
And we're going to move on from this, but it baffled me when I saw Phil Lavoda, the Jackson County executive, that this announcement was made, on Friday?
Yes.
And so Phil said the day before, he did his press conference, remember? And he was wearing a Kansas City Monarchs jacket.
Yes.
And he's a really type A personality. I like Phil.
Yeah. I've met him a couple of times. Don't know him.
He knew that the whole tax situation with Frank and all that nonsense was wrong, and he's trying to make it right. But anyway, with this deal, he said, for everybody that thinks this is a done deal, this is not a done deal. I talked to Mark Donovan yesterday, and Mark says nothing. The effing Chiefs lied to you, dude. I mean,
that's embarrassing.
They looked you in the eye and they lied to you.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I ain't taking sides here. I could care less.
Yeah,
really,
I could
don't really give a damn.
Yeah, I don't either.
I mean, I loved Arrowhead Stadium and I like the new stadium, but if you really thought that they weren't gone, and then Mayor Lucas comes on and says, "Well, geez, I thought this was not going to be settled until another April vote for the Chiefs."
He better be sending out his resume because there's no way he's coming back losing two teams.
First, and then Governor Kehoe's like, I didn't know. Where was Josh Hawley? Where was Eric Schmidt?
I know.
But whatever. I don't want to get into politics.
Yeah,
you and I don't get into politics on here because we're too damn dumb too.
We're too damn smart too.
Yeah, or too damn smart too. We'll let it go. And right here, and then we are going to move on. This is the letter that Clark Hutton wrote to the Chiefs, and this thing was posted 1 hour. So do you really think that they made their decision?
Oh, exactly.
At the end. So and it's nice. He did say, because a lot of people said, well, God, your dad wouldn't like this. Your dad would not like that. Well, you know what? Maybe not. But Lamar Hunt moved the team 500 miles.
Yeah.
And he moved it again. He moved it to 22nd in Brooklyn, and then he moved it to 70 and 435.
Yeah.
We don't know about that. One last thing. Record number of NFL teams out of the playoff hunt through week 17.
Yeah.
So the system that was supposed to create parity,
yeah,
it just created some upside downness, if that's a word.
Oh, man, it's crazy.
Whatever. Let's move on. We have the likelihood of a player strike in this town tonight, because I always ask you what's going on with the Mavericks and the Comets.
I know.
And the Mavericks, the ECHL team here in Kansas City since the 2014 season, it looks like these guys have had enough of what they say is just ridiculousness of travel, of making 20-hour bus rides and wearing helmets that have been used, and no holiday breaks and so on and so forth. You're an insider here. What's up?
Well, I spoke to someone in the front office this morning at 10:15.
Yeah.
And they said it's going to be business as usual. So the team is playing tonight in Tulsa. She did not know. She had not been informed. Now, she's on break. She's on holiday break. She's skiing in Colorado. But she had not been informed by the team that the strike had started. I left a couple of messages for Tad O'Had, the coach, and he's wonderful about getting back to me. And as of the time we're taping this podcast, I haven't heard from him. But everything I hear, all the buzzwords and everything going on in social media, is that it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Here's what they want. They want to dramatically increase player compensation and health factors. The ECHL has offered a salary cap raise of 16.4%, the promise of future raises that could get up to 27%, increase of day off requirements. The Mavericks have had 3 road trips this year, road trip where partial on the road, partial at home. They've come back, maybe had a day off, and then they're playing again. I mean, the schedule is ridiculous, and I've talked to Coach O'Had about this several times, and that's something that he said he hoped, the league would look into. They're going to implement a 325-mile travel limit. So this is no more of you go to Rapid City and then you come back home and then you go to Iowa and you're going all over the place. It's what these kids go through is crazy.
Yeah.
And these guys don't make a lot of money. We've got some guys that were high draft picks. Like Jack LaFontaine and
that's their goalkeeper.
The goalkeeper, a couple of other guys that have really made good money, but they're not making it from the Mavericks. They're making it from the NHL teams. Yeah, they have a two-way contract, NHL and then the minor league contract. Back-to-back games, I never understood that. Now, I understood it if it was like, if you play 3 games here,
at home,
well,
sure.
You're home. And the other team at least has some semblance of order. But this is like playing Kansas City, playing Wichita, and maybe play in someplace that, you mentioned 20-hour bus trips. Yeah. They do take 20-hour bus trips, and it's nuts. But, these are young guys that are hungry to make it to the top. We've had several Mavericks who have made it to the NHL. One, Carter Verhaeghe, has become a superstar with the Florida Panthers, and he owns a couple of Stanley Cups. So, there is that hope, that possibility that it could happen. But I'm stunned. It was supposed to take place at midnight, the strike, and I haven't heard anything from the league office. And, all I'm hearing from, and, she was quite open about it, that, she calls business as usual. And to me, business as usual either means they're playing tonight, the team is there. I could not find out if the team was already in Tulsa, or business as usual with the strike.
Yeah.
So stay tuned, folks. Yeah. We'll have more on this as it goes along. We will definitely address this next week on the podcast.
What about the Comets? What's up?
Comets are just doing great.
We're getting out there. We're getting out there. We need to get out there and watch them, the three of us, and we need to go. We need to talk to some of those guys.
My wife, Stacy, is the biggest Comets fan on the planet, and we've gone to 2 away games in St. Louis. My son lives in St. Louis, and we get to see him and get to see the guys. And the smiles on these guys' faces when they see somebody from back home, out supporting them. They're on a 3-game winning streak. They're doing really well.
Good.
They had the most dramatic win in the 15-year history of the team last Sunday in St. Louis. They won 3-2 in overtime.
Oh, wow.
They scored 2 goals within the first 4 minutes, did not score again until overtime period of 10 minutes, and then a shootout.
Oh, those are so fun.
First one in 11 years.
Oh, wow.
And Philip Ijimadu, their starting goalie, he was the all-star goalie last year for the team, couldn't play because of a sprained ankle. So they had Coronado at the net, and he was doing great, but he fell and hurt his shoulder. So with 7 minutes, 45 seconds left in the game, Ijimadu comes back in and can barely walk. Ugh. And he made a save where he's laying on the ground and sticks his hand.
That's great. I mean,
and then he did not allow a shootout goal.
That's great.
Lucas Sosa made one for the Comets, and they won 3-2. And I mean, it took me a while to catch my breath after that one.
That's such a great sport. Major
it's so much. I'm not a big outdoor soccer fan, But this sport, I mean, in their last game they scored 11 goals, and this was 3-2 in a shootout.
Yeah, in a shootout.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, cool. Let's move on. Music and entertainment news. We've got a lot to cover here. Barry Manilow, cancer.
Yeah.
Lung cancer.
Yeah.
And he says, I'll be back at my Las Vegas residency on February 12th.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys just don't give up.
I know it.
Snoop Dogg's in the news. He'll be adding NBA analyst to his resume now. He's going to join the NBC Peacock broadcast for January 5th game between Golden State Warriors and the LA Clippers. Snoop's one of these guys. I look at him and just laugh. I mean, that guy is just the funniest human being. But you know what? Have you seen him on The Voice? I mean, I don't watch The Voice very often.
I don't either.
That dude will cry. I've seen that guy cry, be moved by somebody singing.
Really?
He just sit there and just tears roll down his eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy is so into music. And then he's going to go back to NBC for the Winter Olympics coverage.
Yes.
Do you remember last Winter Olympics?
Yeah.
He was freaking hilarious.
He was great.
And he will also serve as the first honorary coach for Team USA. He's just, that dude is so awesome. Jelly Roll, who
Skinny Jelly.
Oh man, his appearance has changed so much.
Yeah,
but his story. He was just a troubled kid and a troubled young adult. Spent time in jail and just it wasn't good. And he's turned his life around and he's really given back. He's building all the rehab facilities and whatnot. But now he's been granted a full pardon for all of his crimes.
I saw that.
Governor of Tennessee has completely pardoned him. You a fan of The Who?
Love The Who.
So Roger Daltrey, you will now address him as Sir Roger Daltrey, just like Paul McCartney. He has been knighted by the Prince of Wales.
Wow.
Yeah.
No Pete Townsend? That's going to cause a little bit of a rift.
I don't think so. Pete's got some history.
Oh, I know he has some history.
And Roger has history too, but he's kind of kept it quiet. I don't know if you knew about this. He has raised over $40 million for charity. He's got a thing called Teenage Cancer Trust and does concerts at London's Royal Albert Hall. So you talk about giving back. I mean, this guy's done a lot of good.
Stacy went to see him with local choirs of children. It was at one of the casinos, and it was all Who music, and she said she just cried throughout it. She said it was the most moving thing, and when he talks about his charity, and he's done great work, and he's one of these guys that doesn't call a press conference every time he gives somebody a buck.
Yeah. I didn't know he had this.
Yeah, I just knew about it because Stacy went to the concert.
Yeah, for millions and millions of dollars. So, Sir Roger Daltrey now, too. I don't know, you think Taylor Swift will ever be back at Arrowhead?
I bet she does a residency at the new stadium whenever she tours again.
Never thought of that, but you're right. This is another young lady who's very charitable with her money.
Yes.
Just in the last week,
she
donated $1 million for Feeding America and another $1 million to the American Heart Association. Her dad had heart surgery earlier, I think it was this summer, and she also gave bonuses. I don't know if you know, but you hear about the bonuses that she gave to everybody on her crew. The truck drivers each got, was it $100,000?
Yes.
$100,000 each, and so good for that girl. I mean, when you got that much money. I mean,
right? That's true.
But some people, they might want it all.
Yeah,
so.
And I admire her. I think she is a tremendous role model for young girls, teenage girls, adults. I mean, she does it the right way, and I can't think of anything other than writing songs about ex-boyfriends that there's been any hint of scandal or anything like that. So, I good for her. It's wonderful.
One last thing. A couple things, actually. Sean Combs, is asking an appeals court for an immediate release from prison to overturn his conviction on 2 prostitution-related crimes. His lawyers say his 50-month prison sentence is unlawful and his actions are not criminal. So, by God, get me the hell out of here. So he's filed this appeal, and we'll see what the appeals court thinks of the freak-offs.
Have you seen Dave Chappelle's new comedy?
No.
On Netflix? Well, he was attacked a couple of years ago on stage, and I think it was down in Texas. And the security guards were nowhere to be found, so Diddy is going after this guy that's actually attacking Dave. And Diddy grabs him, but then he slips and slides off the stage. And Chappelle goes, now I know what he slipped on.
Is Chappelle like the modern-day Richard Pryor?
Oh, man, I love Chappelle. He is so funny.
Guy's crazy. This is probably no surprise to me, but Morgan Wallen finishes on top of Billboard's year-end top artist chart for the first time. I mean, all formats, not just country.
Really?
Yeah, all
wow.
formats. He is the first male country artist to do that since Garth did it in 1993. But you know what? This dude, they kind of doing to him what the Academy of Country Music did to Toby Keith. He rarely gets nominated for anything, and he outsells everybody. He's selling out all these stadiums, and also history made with the Recording Industry Association of America. This singer has become their highest certified country artist of all time. Dolly Parton? Nope. Reba? Nope. All the highest of all time, only behind Drake and Taylor Swift. That would be Morgan Wallen.
Man.
So they asked him about it. I heard him. Some reporter asked him about it. What do you think? He goes, I don't care.
Is he cleaning his act up?
I think so.
Work in progress.
Yeah, it's work in progress. He still slips off the rails once in a while, but not as bad.
Yeah, good.
It's and we've been talking about all this money and everything. So somebody won the Powerball finally, and it was in freaking Arkansas at a gas station. I mean, it's really a $1.7 billion. And we're not going to get into that. Oh, what would you do with your money? I'll tell you what I'd do with mine. I'd probably give 90% of it away.
So would I.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'd give it away to him. I'd give some to you. I'd make sure my family was taken care of for generations.
Yeah.
And build. I'll tell you what. If I bought that at a gas station in Arkansas
take care of
and
them.
I lived there, I ain't staying in Arkansas. Who's going to win $1 billion and go? Oh, I'm buying a house, build a house, and
Beverly Hills.
Yeah. I mean, I'd
with
tell you
Uncle
what,
Jed.
I'd move in and if I wanted here at a gas station, I'm moving the hell out of Jackson County. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
We build houses. We do like Taylor, build a house here and build a house there.
Oh, yeah.
I'd give most of it away to, try to make a difference with, I don't know, pick your charity.
Yeah.
So, but that's just me. But would you stay in Arkansas? Seriously, if you want $1 billion? I'm nothing against Arkansas, but whatever. But would you stay in Arkansas with $1 billion?
Crazy.
I don't know. We have a recall and a CDC alert, and this is Hidden Valley Butter Ranch dressing.
Yeah,
everybody has had that at one point.
We have some in our refrigerator at home.
Well, you better check it for foreign objects. Because there's a recall, more than 3,500 cases of salad dressing from all around, including the Midwest here, with black plastic planting material. How the hell's that get into a bottle of salad dressing that's white?
Wow.
I mean, come on. So, yeah, you check that. And CDC alert. Well, this will remind you of something. But first, the CDC is alerting travelers there's a global spread of a mosquito-borne illness. Now, what was it? 6 years ago now in December, we were warned about something that we're seeing with travelers coming out of China. Mm-hmm. This is the same deal. There have been outbreaks in Cuba, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and China. And it can cause sudden fever, headache, rash, severe muscle and joint pain. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah.
But the name of this thing is called chikungunya.
That sounds like a main dish at a Chinese restaurant.
That sounds. I know. Doesn't that sound like Chinese spam?
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow.
hey, you give me that can of chikungunya. But that's what this illness is called. It's called chikungunya. But there is a vaccine you can get. So you can go see your Dr. Master Walk and get a chikungunya shot. You might be the first one to get cured from it.
Oh, man.
I swear, chikungunya. And I swear to God, if they close down sports because of chikungunya,
there may be a revolt.
there's some. Boy, Trump's going to go crazy.
I can't even imagine.
Can you? All right, moving right along. We're going to go from chikungunya to pet minky. So this is a story locally here in the Kansas City area, but I could see it happening in municipalities all around the United States. There is a lady here, actually the Prairie Village, the city, which is a suburb of Kansas City, is weighing a rather odd proposal, a full ban on monkeys, which could uproot a 2-pound little spider monkey from its family. There's a young lady named Tony Skelton who owns a 2-pound spider monkey. So how big can this thing? 2 pounds. Yeah. I mean, it's not like, a baby gorilla. 2 pounds. And she's followed all the rules, all the city ordinances. She holds a license for the monkey. She's had him for about a year and a half. The city code permits monkeys weighing 20 pounds or less. All right, so what's the problem? She said applying a new ban, a ban which would keep their monkey, would create a devastating situation. So now they're talking about banning any kind of monkey at all. And the little monkey's name is Oakley, and they're proposing this ban for several reasons. Public safety concerns, monkeys, even small species, pose risk if you get bit, get scratched, transmitted disease like chikungunya. So they want to ban this monkey. So another reason is Kansas Animal Control Association, zoo associations. They're advocates for having pets like that. So she actually showed up to court. She had to go to a city council meeting. It wasn't court, it was a city council meeting last week, and she brought the monkey in a stroller. I swear, this happened. And they testified before the council. I guess, I don't know, the monkey talk. But she emphasized that they had followed all the rules, and they requested that their monkey be grandfathered into this legislation. And is it me, or is this a Saturday Night Live Dieter skit?
Oh, yeah.
Remember Dieter?
Oh.
Would you like to touch my
monkey? I know.
Touch it!
Would you like to touch my monkey?
I would be honored.
Touch him! Love him! Lieber meine Abschminky!
Yeah, they need to get Mike Myers involved with this somehow.
I mean,
do we know anything?
Not yet. I mean, that they're waiting. They've told her you got 120 days to get rid of Oakley. So,
and you know the woman who the monkey ripped off her friend's face and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous. But
this can't be bigger than that.
Well, and I saw a story on 60 Minutes, I think, where spider monkeys were trained to help paraplegics.
I saw that 60 Minutes report. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
and they're smart. They're not.
Yeah. I hate this.
Yeah. So this lady's got. I don't know. So
I hope she's able to keep it.
Touch it.
Touch it!
All right. Let's move right along. This is. I got to tell you guys. This is a doggone truth. You know the Wienermobile that drives around.
Seen it many times.
I have always wanted to drive that Wienermobile. I remember when I was in radio, I think it was my partner Dina and I think it was me and Dina, might have been me and Rusty, we'd been at some broadcast where the Wienermobile was there, and we were there. But I always wanted to drive that Wienermobile. Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, it'd be a
I mean,
blast.
wouldn't it be great if the two of us got
just
to do
drive through Kansas City and wave to folks. That'd be amazing. Yeah, I'd love that.
Well, we got a shot. Well, I don't know. Maybe we got a shot. They have openings for drivers for 2026.
Oh,
and they're taking applications right now. 200 events a year we would go to. We'd be on the road all year, man. The three of us would have to go and record the podcast. But how fun would that be to do the Wienermobile?
Yeah.
It would be for a year. They're called hot doggers, by the way. That's their official title. So you and I would be hot doggers. And so we can apply online. Anybody can apply online for that. What do you think that would pay? You got any idea what the pay for that might be?
$20 an hour.
$35,600 a year, so maybe.
Really?
That might, yeah.
Well, you could do that and make it your full-time job.
Yeah, base salary $35,600. They give you $150 for meals. You know that's hot dogs.
Yep.
You know, and 18 days paid time off, full health benefit, 100% of hotel expenses covered. We have till January 31st to apply. Man, I'm telling you.
We need to go down and do a podcast from the Wienermobile.
Oh, dude, I would love to do that. I think we would qualify. Here's the qualifications. Bachelor's degree required. We got that. Journalism, communication. You're a journalism. I got a communications degree. Excellent communication related skills. Outgoing, friendly. Oh, yeah, check. Valid driver's license, check. Work holidays, why not? Desire to spend a year on the road as an Oscar Mayer ambassador. We could, come on, man.
That'd
1 year,
crazy.
we could do that.
That would be fun.
Oh, wait a minute. Drug alcohol test. Well, I don't mind doing it alone. But, no, seriously.
There's a time in my life I may have had problems with that, but certainly not now.
No, I think that you and I would.
That would be funny.
Would be really good hot dogs.
Yes.
But if you guys want to do it too, there you go. Just go to OscarMayer.com and you could be a hot dogger. Okay, weird news of the week. Martha Stewart's in the news. She has made it clear that she wants her body to be composted. What would even make you think of that? That you want to be part of Trash Mountain, or
probably will have flowers growing up through Martha's compost body.
Yeah, she said when we talk about going in a coffin, she flinched. She said, "Oh hell no, no." She said it's legal in New York and New Jersey, and so just
what's the process?
Man, I don't know.
I mean, Stacy composts. She puts. We never have any trash for the trash. She puts everything in the compost bin, turns it around, puts it out, and that's where she plants big stuff.
See, I'm different. I throw everything in that damn trash. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
So that's what she wants to do. But I tell you, as I was doing this story, reading about this story, there's some weird stuff of people done some weird things with that they've requested for their bodies. The guy that invented Doritos, when they buried him, he had requested that before guests walked away. Usually throw a flower in there. They said throw Doritos. So, and then not to be outdone, the guy named Fred Bauer, he's the guy that invented Pringles. So when he was cremated, they put him in a can of Pringles. You imagine getting that mixed up?
Yeah, no kidding.
And you could see, your 4-year-old, like one of my grandkids, ooh, this ain't right, But and how about the M&M lover? One dude requested to be buried in a giant custom-made M&M shaped casket because he loved M&Ms. Oh, wow. What about you? Big thing of Snickers?
Yeah. Johnny Depp, and I think he got in some kind of legal problems with this, but actually got a cannon, and his friend was involved with the cannonball, and he wanted to be shot into the ocean. So I always thought that was pretty cool.
Weird stuff. This is my favorite, the horn honker. This dude asked for a motion-activated horn to be installed in his coffin, so whenever anybody went off. So that gives me an idea. I would love that to be for my coffin, but instead of a horn, I'd like it to be a fart machine. So whenever they came by, I mean, come on, that's me, right? That's got me written all over.
That is so you.
I think that would be great. Or just have one of those fart button things underneath me, so when you touch, you would go like this to me.
Oh man!
I mean, seriously,
that is so bad.
All right, so
that's so funny.
You guys know what to do.
Okay,
you guys know exactly what to do for me. All right, so now 2025 wrapping up. We're going into the new year, so let's talk about some of the things, most popular things for 25. So this happens every year. The most popular baby names of the year. And once again, Noah and Olivia. It seems like those have kind of been the ones for a long time. And just behind is Liam and Oliver for boys, and Amelia and Sophie for girls. The top 10 other names: Elena, Aurora, Ava, Luna. I mean, so on and so forth. So there's no Bill. There's no Bill. There's no Tony. But I will say, my grandchildren have some really neat names, unique names. I mean, the Tone's kids have really good. We have 3 Anthonys, and those are on the list once in a while. But we have an Angelo, which is a great name. What else we got? We have a Michaela, but that's a pretty popular name. We have a Valentina.
I love that.
Valentina.
I love that.
Oh,
name.
she's just. We have a Jace. So we have some pretty neat names in our family too. But there's a lady in San Francisco. I guess she's made some pretty big news out there, at least. But I read this story. There's a 37-year-old woman. Her name is Taylor Humphrey, and she is a baby naming consultant. And she's made millions now. She has a website called whatsinababyname.com. And you can pay her to name your kids based on whatever the criteria are that you sent to her. So you're thinking, well, how much? $25, $30? You can't name a name. For emailing a baby name recommendation, that'd set you back $200. High-end services, which would include the VIP treatment, I don't know what that means, $10,000. Add-on amenities like baby naming branding and genealogical investigation and think tank to discuss top naming would run you $30,000. And she has come up with over 500 names. I mean, nope, you didn't pay $30,000 for Dicks Out, did you?
No.
No. But I did see that one of her most recent names was Dix Johnson, but there was no price tag applied to that. Come on, man. What? That's got San Francisco written all over it.
Well, Robin Williams, one of his most famous lines was cocaine is God's way of telling you you make too much money when he had a $100,000 a month habit.
Yeah.
What on earth are you thinking about?
But there were some celebrities that came up with weird names and didn't cost them $30,000.
Yeah.
Penn and Teller, I like those guys.
Yeah.
Penn and Teller, but Penn Jillette and his wife named their kid Moxie Crime Fighter. I mean, maybe Penn should consider making that disappear.
Yes.
As part of his act. Well, and Frank Zappa was probably the most famous.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he had what? Dweezil,
Moon Unit,
yes. And his third kid was Diva Muffin. I mean, come on, man. What?
Why do that to a kid?
Well,
I'm sure you have Elon Musk kid on
Elon
there.
Musk, who's XAEA12.
I know.
What's his fascination with X? He changed Twitter to X.
I know.
I
don't know.
It just, Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, they got Chicago and then North. I mean, I don't know. You know anybody with a weird name?
No, I really don't.
I swear I got to tell you this story because a boy. Of course, there's a boy named Sue, Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
But when we built our house in early '90s in Independence, they built it with the small deck. So we wanted to make a bigger deck. 2-3 years later, we called one of the big companies. I think it was Architect or whatever, and the guy came out, really nice man, mid-50s. We're a young couple still, had the boys, and this guy comes out and he makes the presentation. The guy's name was Beverly. I swear to God, I swear, the guy when he said I'm Beverly, Jerry looked at me and she knew I was going to say something like
Wow.
Hi, I'm Amelia. It's like,
Yeah.
But no, the dude's name was Beverly, and he said his name. I'm Beverly Smith, and I said, "Oh, hey, Mr. Smith," and the guy says, "No, call me Beverly." I'm like, "Oh God, if I call you Beverly, this conversation is going to end in 2 minutes because I'm going to be on the floor." So, the guy's name was Beverly. But I think my favorite of all the funny names was, you remember and you probably interviewed all of them, the Key and Peele skits with the football players.
Greatest skit in the history of the world.
I mean, did you I thought of you because you probably interviewed all those guys.
Jack Marius Tack Theratrix.
The Voin Shower Handle. Le Carpetron Duke Marriott.
The Dinklage Morgoon.
Vegetarian Jefferson.
When I was a student at Northwest Missouri State University, Iowa was famous for half-court girls basketball, 3-on-3. And the leading scorer in the history of Iowa high school basketball, I don't know if she still holds that title, Fonda Dix.
Oh, man, you with the Dix. What's the deal?
It's.
Did you make a headline with that one too?
No. I just did my Randy Dix out headline, which got me in trouble. But yeah, Fonda Dix.
Where do you come up with it? Where do you find these people?
I know, man. I know.
God.
Right place, wrong time.
Altimetus Charcolvius Althaus. God. Oh my God. It's just you and your friends. I swear. All right, so every year this Pantone, this company, comes out with their color of the year. And this year, their color of the year is Cloud Dancer. I don't know about you, but that sounds like a stripper.
Yeah.
I mean, what is that? Cloud Dancer?
Isn't that the name of Gwyneth Paltrow's second child?
It very well could be. It very well could be. I mean, I know your favorite color is what, Tom? Cranberry red? Isn't that your favorite color?
I love cranberry red.
Yeah, because you said, or boxer brief brown.
That's right.
That's another one of yours.
Man.
So this deal, they come out with this color. Social media goes crazy and says that, hey, that's a big swing and a miss. That's an absence of color. I mean, I don't know about you, but that sounds like that sounds like the majority of Congress to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's another story. So the absence of color. The most mispronounced words of 2025. Number one, let me see if I don't screw it up. Zoran Mamdani,
the mayor of New York. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and I can see that. Also, acetaminophen.
Okay.
Did you see who screwed that up several months ago?
No.
Run that, Tom.
I said, well, let's see how we say that. Acetaminophen. Acetaminophen. Is that okay? Tylenol.
Okay, and you remember the bank robbery in Paris? The Louvre?
Yeah.
Okay, so I always wondered, how do you pronounce Louvre? Is it Louvre? Is that how you pronounce it?
I pronounce it Louvre.
Well, we're both wrong. So I looked it up on, I Googled it. You can do the pronunciation, and I did. And I swear, some French dude or something come on, and I thought it was a joke. He said, the pronunciation of Louvre is Louvre.
Oh, you pronounce the R?
Yep. Louvre.
No, I always heard it was a silent R.
Watch.
So how do you go about pronouncing this with the typical French pronunciation? Louvre.
le musée du Louvre.
So, okay. So now you know.
Wow.
Okay, so I got to tell you something. You guys got to watch this one because I swear I did this. I have never said this in public. I have never said and admitted to this in public. The first time I saw this word, I thought it was man's laughter. It's manslaughter. Bill, you're a journalist. Would you ever have made that mistake?
I've got a great story. Back with Northwest Missouri State, I closed the station at night. I was on the air from 10 to midnight.
Yeah.
And I have this kid that came in and read the news. And he was reading about a living organism. And he turned it into a living orgasm.
Oh.
And he caught himself and kind of started to laugh, and I'm just trying to hold back. And he did it 2 more times, and each one was living orgasm.
Well,
I used to be a PA announcer also in college for the sports, for basketball games. And, man, if you want to get a parent angry, mispronounce their kid's name. That was something I always double-checked on.
Okay, well, Mr. Journalist here, I'm going to run a couple things by you here. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary and Oxford. Where do you put most of your weight at? The Oxford Dictionary or the Merriam-Webster?
Merriam-Webster. I had a Merriam-Webster before the internet.
Well, they've come out with their word of the year.
Oh, boy.
It's not Oladokin, but it's this is crazy. The word of the year is slop.
What?
Slop, S-L-O-P. And I was thinking, well, that's what you used to find on the buffet at First Cafeteria back in the 80s.
Yeah, no kidding.
But according to Merriam-Webster, it's referred to as soft mud in the 1700s, and now it has evolved to mean food waste and rubbish. However, in 2025, it has come to be defined as digital content of low quality that is produced usually in quantity by means of artificial intelligence. In other words, bullshit AI.
Yeah.
That's what slop now means, but it's the word of the year. I know you and I are. You and
at least
I are
we can
older.
pronounce it.
We're old, but I didn't know about that. Okay, so we want to go to Oxford, and their word of the year is actually 2 words. I don't know why they cheat and do that. And their word of the year is rage bait. You heard of that?
I got a feeling I know. When you try to bait somebody on to get them pissed off.
I think you may be onto it. It's defined as. I'm just going to read the Oxford quote. Online content, here we go again,
Okay.
deliberately designed to elicit anger or outrage.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's slop and rat bait. Sounds like prison food.
Oh, dude.
I don't know. I'm thinking, Mayor Mamdani may need to focus on rat bait instead of rage bait. So I guess
man.
So we have slop and rage bait, which are both like social media content baloney. So it sounds like you and I have contributed enough slop and rage bait for 2025.
There you go. Absolutely.
So that's about it. So that's all I got. Unless you've got anything else to add to slop and rage bait.
Well, I don't have anything to add to that, but it's so important for me to thank you and to thank Tony Jr.
Yeah.
You've become like members of my family. I love you both so much. Tony Jr. is the guy that makes us look good. And that's hard to do.
He's the best in town.
Oh, he's
one of the best in the country, actually.
Amazing.
In my opinion.
And you know what? Gifts don't mean anything to me, but presenting other people gifts do. And I just want to thank you guys for always being there. It's crazy, dude. You and I are in our 70s, and we've become best friends over the past couple of years, and I never dreamed that would happen. And it's a shame to follow-up slop with a mushy outpouring of love for you guys. But I hope we do this for another 100 years, and with who knows now, maybe they'll cut our heads off, put us on a body, and we'll be alive in 200 years with Ted Williams,
or be composted with Martha Stewart, or be in the AAA trash bin. Well, it's funny you brought that up because I was thinking about it too, how this all came about. We talked about this about a year ago, about doing this, and we didn't get it off the ground until 4 months ago, right? Late August?
4 months ago.
September, something like that.
All because of this guy, right?
Yeah, well, and my son is just brilliant, and we don't talk enough about him. He's just the best. I mean, he's smart. He knows how to put this thing together. But I also want to mention too, for those of you that are new viewers and listeners, well, who the hell are you guys? But really, and we'll do this real quickly. Bill is a Hall of Fame sports writer. He's been in the Kansas City market for I want to get it right.
Years.
Yeah, 50 years.
43 at the Examiner.
43 at the Examiner, major newspaper in the Metro, also USA Today, member of Missouri Sports Hall of Fame. I spent the same amount of years, 40 years, on the radio in Kansas City, in a major market radio station that was just finding its way in 1984 when I came on, and then to become one of the legendary stations in the United States. We both retired about a year ago, and we got this idea and how we met. One of these days we will have a discussion about.
I look forward to that. Yes.
How we met. You guys will. Well, if you look at some of our podcasts, most watched ones, Bill Corum, Iron Man Cantrell, things of that nature. No, neither one of us are alcoholics or drug addicts or stole jets, or because we're too chicken and stupid to do shit like that. But our past and our present has something to do with those sorts of things, and I'm going to leave it at that for now.
Yeah.
But it's all about redemption and salvation. So one of these days we're going to share our stories with you guys, or at least how we met, but I did want to bring that up. And we're survivors. I'll say that, all of us. One of my sons says we are a family of survivors, and I think we're, maybe we're a society of survivors. Those who choose to be saved and redeemed. But that's about it. So we thank you guys. Thank you. Thank my son. This is, we appreciate you guys checking us out. Really, we really, really do. We had no idea, how this was going to take off and what it's going to do. And, in 4 months, we've compiled nearly 1 million views of our reels and just everything that we've put together. And I'll remind you that all of our full podcast episodes are available on YouTube, Spotify, and also the Patreon site. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Please connect with us. Like, comment. We appreciate the subscriptions. Also, we've surpassed what we ever thought we would do in 4 months. Probably 4 years. But please like and subscribe and share if you'd like, because many of the stories have been shared worldwide, believe it or not. So and we've received those comments, and we will answer you back. We will. So thank you again, and it's Bill and Tony's Excellent Adventure. Appreciate you guys.
See y'all.